Hi everyone, I'm Luis from luisreview.com. Here welcoming you to another podcast episode. Um, so let's go. I wanted to start by I'm gonna review three films. It's been a good weekend for me in terms of movies because the ones that I've seen have been really good. So I'm hoping to go through them on this little podcast video. But first of all, I wanted to go through a few movie news that I've just read. And I want to start with there's a celebration that the Screen Actors Guild do from time to time. I think they have done it for Al Pacino or Robert De Niro, a lot of guys, Sean Connery, Meryl Streep, all those actors. And I just read the news that Helen Mirren is going to be celebrated this year, and I think it's well deserved. I think Helen Mirren is a great actress. She has done a lot of films, and I'm sure it's going to be a great ceremony. I can't wait to. They usually televise it, so hopefully I'll be able to just check it out. Helen Mirren, very well deserved. Of course, she won the Oscar for the movie The Queen, which is a film I have not seen yet, but she won the Oscar for it. But I've seen a few of her films, and I think she's a great actress, well deserved. So that's basically. There's not been much news since the last episode, because I think I discussed the Spider-Man trailer, which is the other big news that has been around. There's one news that in the age of remakes, they're making remakes of the film Under Siege, which is weird. That's a Steven Seagal film from early 90s, where he goes on a boat and he's suddenly hijacked or something, and they're doing a reboot with Robert Trujillo, which I like him, but I don't know. I mean, why make a remake of that? Just see the original. I don't like remakes. So that was an interesting bit of news. I really had no idea that they would actually do a remake of one of those. And another news, Martin Scorsese is about to direct another biopic, and this time it's a biopic of the Grateful Dead with Jonah Hill starring as Jerry Garcia. Any project with Martin grabs my attention. He's a great director, and he has given us so many great films that who are we to doubt him. So and Jonah Hill is a good actor, so I think it's gonna be an interesting film. I don't know much about the Grateful Dead. I have only liked one song, but to be fair, I haven't gotten into the records. I haven't listened to complete records. I just remember the video where there are skeletons, and I think it's Touch of Grey. And yes, I love that song. I think that's a good song. So let's go directly to the reviews. Like I said, it's been a great week. I've been able to see, starting Thursday, I've been able to see three good films, and I'm gonna get in the order of things. I'm gonna get to them. But yeah, it's been a great week, and the first movie that I'm gonna review is Ghostbusters, and I'll try to go without spoilers. If you want to check my review with spoilers, go to my webpage www.luisreview.com, and there you will have it with sorry, I'm trying to avoid feedback. Okay. With spoilers if you want to check it out. Okay, so I mean, growing up in the 80s, I think Ghostbusters is one of those films where a lot of people have seen because it's such a classic. And at that time, it featured Bill Murray, which was one of the biggest comedians, Harold Ramis, Dan Aykroyd, who was also big, thanks to SNL, and Ernie Hudson, which I read he didn't replace, but I think his role was going to go to Eddie Murphy. But I'm glad he went to him, because I think Eddie Murphy would have brought another over the topness. Then I don't know if it would have worked. But imagine that, Eddie Murphy on the film. But anyway, so they made two films. I don't remember the years, but I remember the films. I mean, especially the second one. I mean, I was so scared by the ghost in the painting. That image, it's always remained in my mind. But they were both great films. They were funny. They were scary. They had adventure. They had great characters. They had good effects. It had a little bit of everything. And of course, a lot of years went by, and they decided to do like a reboot, and it was an all girls film. I have no problem with the all girls things. What I meant is that they changed. It wasn't bringing back the originals, or I think it would have worked better if it was a continuation. I never saw it anyway. I like Kristen Wiig. I like Melissa McCarthy sometimes. Leslie Jones, she's funny on SNL. But I don't know, the movie got really bad reviews. Like I didn't even waste much time watching it. But it left a bad taste in a lot of fans' mouth. So when another movie was announced, I think what gave fans peace was the involvement of Dan Aykroyd, and the son of the original director was going to be involved, Jason Reitman. So that gave a little bit of peace. And of course, the fact that the original Ghostbusters was set to appear in the film also gave the film a little bit of life, maybe, if I could say that. So I went to see it. I had when it was announced, I had no expectations of it. I was not even that motivated to see it. But when I saw the last trailer, I said, "Okay, this is interesting. It's getting my interest. I'm going to go and see it," and I did. Okay, so the story, basically, what it follows, Egon or Egnor's family inherit his house when he passes. And basically what he was doing, everyone thought it was crazy, but he was holding fort because he knew about this apocalyptic event that was going to happen, and he had all the weapons prepared to stop those ghosts. So basically his granddaughter slowly figures out his grandfather's plan, who he was, and they start to investigate what was going on the town. And basically that's the small little summary, because I don't want to give too much away. Okay, so what I will say, okay, I absolutely love the film. It's hard to say that any film is perfect, but this one was close in many ways. And I'm gonna be first of all, nostalgia is big now. A lot of things are done based on nostalgia, because we want to see what we used to see when we were small or whatever. And this film has a lot of that, but I think it's done in a perfect mashup between pushing the franchise forward and keeping the fans of the old movies happy. I absolutely felt that this was a movie done right. It had the same feeling of the originals, but it was not repeating the originals, like maybe what happened on Force Awakens, which you had the same feeling of the Star Wars, but it wasn't new. It was just repeating, in a lot of ways, Episode 4. So this one it didn't happen. That's the first thing I'm going to give the film, that I was kind of glad about it. The second one is the cast. The kids. The kids were perfect on the roles, and they were written in such a way that they were not annoying, and they carried the film. I mean, for me, I could have enjoyed the film without Bill Murray and the other guys. Of course, they made it better, but I didn't mind at the times that it was just the kids, and it was because they were really good actors. They were greatly cast, and they were greatly written. Because the dialogue was good. I mean, and they were able to carry the dialogue in an effective manner. And of course, when you add Paul Rudd to the mix, it added a lot to the movies. I think it was great. So what? The other thing that works is a story. The story had heart. It was very very well done, and if you see it, there's a a lot of movie moments. I won't go into the details. The other thing that worked for me were the ghosts. The ghosts were scary. They were fun. Some of them. Uh, the effects were kind of new, but felt like the old ones. So you get it looks great, but at the same time it doesn't look like over the top CGI. Of course, it was CGI, but it doesn't look over the top CGI effects. So I hope a lot of people see the film because I believe it's a fun movie. It's a great film. I actually loved it. It was it was great. The cast, of course, seeing the original Ghostbusters again was great. So it was absolutely fantastic. I think this film, I was rightfully done, and I hope a lot of people see it. I think a lot of people will enjoy it. All right, so let's go to the second film that I was gonna review, and that second film is Tick Tick Boom. Now this film is a film directed by Lin Manuel Miranda, and it stars Andrew Garfield, Vanessa Hudgens, Alexander Shipp, and okay, I'm gonna start by saying that I have never been a fan of musicals. There are a few musicals that I can't even stand, and I don't consider them musicals in a way because I like Mamma Mia, but it's just that I like ABBA, and I like the story. I won't deny it. But there's a musical that's it's based on the Beatles, and I didn't even like it. So for me to like a musical, it has to be really something special and good. I want to stress that out because this movie is a musical. It's a story about Jonathan Larson. Of course, I had no idea about him, honestly. I don't know who he was. Based on the trailer and on the story, of course, he's a screenwriter. He wrote the musical Rent, and basically the film follows his struggle as he tries to achieve his dream of being a writer, with a lot of situations that was going around him, like the AIDS epidemics, and he had a lot of gay friends. His relationship with his girlfriend, his frustration over not getting there, working as a waiter, and it's told through a play that he wrote, and he actually performed it in a theater for people. So the movie starts with Andrew as Larson in a stage, giving his story, and we basically go from there to watching scenes about the things he's describing on the play. Okay, so what did I think about the film? Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. The music sometimes kind of some of the songs were good. I mean, I'm not gonna deny it, and they were really kind of rocking and rolling, and they were kind of different. But I mean, sometimes I just get tired of so much singing. But that aside, I did like the film. Basically, obviously, it's based on a human being's life, and just for that, I gotta give merit to the story. I was completely moved by his story. I had no idea about him, so it was interesting knowing about him, what he went through, and how he came to write what he wrote. And of course, the other thing that makes the film great is Andrew's performance. Andrew's performance was right on, spot on. It was weird seeing him singing and dancing, but he did it greatly. So I think he gave a lot of heart to this performance. He was moving, compelling, and so was the cast. It had a good cast. But like I said, the music. I mean, the opening scene is a long song, musical number, which kind of just get to the point. but that aside, because I'm not a fan of musicals. I think the movie was great. It was. I think it was a very moving piece. I was really moved towards the end. Uh, it's available on Netflix, so you can check it out if you like. Uh, it's not that long, and prepare yourself because there were. I mean, it's a sad kind of film, but at the same time, it's good to see it based on what I've said before. So anyway, that's the second film that I was able to see this week, and now I'm going to talk about a film that I just finished seeing, and it's actually the one that I wanted to see the most, but I got it to see it today, and I'm talking about King Richard. That's the new Will Smith film, directed by Reynaldo Marcus Green, and it stars Will Smith. I hope I say the name well. Johnny Ellis, Saniyya Sidney, Tony Goldwyn, and John Bernthal. Okay, so this is a biopic. Of course, I know about Venus and Serena Williams. I have no idea about the story overall. I haven't seen them. I mean, I've seen highlights, but I haven't seen matches of them playing tennis. So, but this is a story about how their father, Richard, and the family, what they went through in the process of helping Venus and Serena reach the top. Although the film focuses more on Venus, because I think she was the first one to go pro or whatever. So it's more based on her, but it's a story about Richard. And Richard is a complex character. I mean, I was kind of mixed feelings about the character. Sometimes I love what he was doing. Sometimes I didn't understand what he was doing, but he was right. And you'll see the film that you can see that he's unfair at times. But I think he had the best intentions. And in the end, I think it all worked out, obviously. So that's a story, more or less. And I was completely blown away by it. The film is long, but I wasn't watching at the clock as much as some other films make me how many much is left. I didn't feel it from the first moment, from the first scene. I was hooked with the story. I was hooked with what was going on screen, and it never let me go. And I have to say that this film reminded me a little bit of Cinderella Man, because I was so engaged in the scenes that when they're playing tennis, because I didn't see the original matches. I mean, I thought. Well, I'm not gonna give anything away, but I was kind of like, watching the scenes unfold as if it was a real match going on live, and that's a tribute to great actors and a great director. So what else? I mean, this is the movie that, although it's about the tennis aspect, it's about the family, moral, and the values we install in our kids. That's what I took away from the movie. And we'll have to talk about Will Smith. Some people say that he's been trying to get an Oscar for years. I don't know if he's going to win it, but I think he should be on the mix. Right now, I would say that his performance and maybe Andrew's are the best ones that I've seen this year that I can think of right now. I hope he gets nominated. I hope he wins. Depending on who else is nominated, because I don't know. But his performance was so great. I think he lost himself in Richard. I then saw real videos of the real King Richards, and I think he nailed it. He really nailed the character. The whole cast was good. The whole cast was really good. So, like I said, the movie is interesting. If you don't know, I mean, I don't know how much of it is true, how much of it really happened. I have no idea about that. But the movie itself, it's a very beautiful film. It's fun. It's kind of thrilling at times. It's interesting. I think Richard is an interesting character, and Will Smith always has that charisma that grabs you, and I applaud him. I mean, he did an amazing job in his performance for this film. I mean, I'll absolutely enjoyed the film a lot. I really loved it. So anyway, so that's those are the three films that I got to see this week. I hope that if you haven't made up your mind, I hope I convince you to give them a chance at least. Like I always say, I never say that a film is bad or good decisively. I can give you my opinion on it, but what I like, you might not, and what you might not like, I like. So my advice is to listen to reviews because that's what I like to share, but see it for yourself. I don't know. I usually read the reviews, but if I want to see the film, I read it, and after I watch it, I try to see if what I read was right about the film. So, remember to follow me on www.loopsreviewer.com. Follow me on Instagram, YouTube. My YouTube channel is Loose Reviewer. That's the name of the channel. So anyway, I hope that everything is okay. Keep watching films, and talk to you on the next video podcast. Bye.